Hello, everyone. News Channel 3, Chief Meteorologist Keith Thompson here with a YouTube and Facebook live update on a Tuesday night. So that's some good news, right? At least we made it past Monday. Now we've put Tuesday in the rearview mirror. So we're getting there. We're getting to Friday and the weekend, of course. I don't know if you want to go there, though. It's going to be awfully cold. Just saying. But hey, it's mid-January, right? This is, weeks like what we have coming up, I think, or what builds our desire and appreciation for June and July. That's where I'm going to put it anyway. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Chris, hello to you in Coopersville. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. While folks get into the room, you see what's on the docket there. We do have some weather alerts to tell you about, a winter weather advisory and also a winter storm warning. And by the way, what's the difference? Well, the main criteria there is about snowfall, and where the confidence is high that in a 24-hour period there will be at least 6 inches of snow, that gives rise to the winter storm warning. So we do have an area that is expected to get that much snow, 6 inches plus, because of lake effect. It's going to be rather targeted, as I say there, targeted snow bands. And then, by the way, this is for tomorrow and early Thursday, very early Thursday. Then we get a bit of a lull in the action for Thursday, when I think we'll see some sun, but it's going to be cold. And then another system comes in here to gives us another shot at some snow and even colder air with lake effect snow coming in for the weekend. And that might be a little more widespread. We'll have to see. Again, it's all in the wind direction. I mean, it is all in the wind direction. You could write that down if you were going to have a quiz. If I was teaching a weather class, I would say, what did I say there? It is all in the wind direction. And when this next batch of cold air moves in after the one that's coming tomorrow, temperatures will be falling through the day. The next one arrives on Saturday, the 17th. And that's going to be coming on a west-southwest turning northwest wind. So I think our suspects will become a little bit more of the usual snowbelt suspects once we get to that part. That's going to be part 2 of our lake effect snow story, but that doesn't start until Saturday. I missed some names there, so I appreciate everybody for being here. Destin ice fishing weather is coming up with the big chill here. It got a little bit warm today, mid-40s, even upper 40s. Ooh, I wouldn't feel good on some ice with that. But tomorrow we get colder. Thursday, certainly colder. And then once we hit Saturday, the 17th, we're going to have at least 4 or 5 days, I think, that are going to be sort of uber cold there with highs in the teens and low 20s. So then ice up, I guess, for that. Just always remember, auger, and know how much ice you have there. You know that. Mikey, happy Taco Tuesday to you too. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you're having a good night. Chris, loving the cold, snowy weather. You got it. That's for sure. Patty, hello to you in BC. Lori, hello. If I brought the Florida weather back, what happened is somebody opened my suitcase and it jumped right out, got right back on the plane, and flew back down there. I'm sorry. Carla, enjoy today before the bad weather arrives. Yeah, that sun that we had this afternoon, I got to tell you, I wasn't surprised that we saw some. Was I surprised that the skies just cleared like that? Yeah, I was. But I'll take bonus sunshine. I do not ask questions like, where did it come from? Just enjoy it. Hello to you, K&M. Good evening to you. Sue, cold in Vicksburg. Oh, just wait, Sue. Just wait. Wait till I show you what's going to happen to our temperatures with the hour by hour. I'll have that coming up in just a bit. Jesse, also here from the Berg. Amber, hello to you in Hudsonville. Mikey, hello. Oh, I already said hello to you, but you get 2 shout-outs now. Barb, hello to you. Thanks for being here. I don't think that Colin's going to be getting too much out of this. Certainly out of the first round, which is going to be tomorrow. I really don't think so. Like maybe not even enough to coat the ground in cold. But it will be getting cold. It will be getting cold. The temperatures will be dropping steadily, and you will have Jamaica flashbacks saying, like, it's warm somewhere in this world and not here. Orlo, good evening to you. Hello, Paw. Saw some sunshine and rain today. I saw that too. K&M, bad weather, that's a relative term. If you're a ski buff and you like cold air, you're loving this weekend. But it is going to be cold, and I do think it's snowy. I'll get to that in just a few moments. Let's see. Dawn, hello to you. Melinda in the house with BC. No, you're not going to get a lot of snow out of this, but it is going to be cold. It is going to be cold. Amber, moving Friday, which is what, the 16th? I do think we're going to see some snow showers. I think we could see a couple of inches. I don't think it's going to be bad. But remember, that's a relative term. If it's not going to be too snowy. I'm not going to be too snowy, but I do think you're going to be moving in the snow there. Let's see. Mikey, thanks for the share. Shelly, hello to you in the zoo. Shannon, I hope you have a great evening as well. It's always good to see you, Shannon. Jeanette's here. Quincy, 46, Union City, 36. Look at that. Flexing with your oldest grandson there. There you go. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the kind message there. Wilson, hello to you. Linda, I hope you have a good night as well. Thanks for the thanks. Jonathan in the house, checking in from Hudsonville. Thank you for being here. Amanda and Homer. I love the list here. I feel like it's roll call. Craig, as long as we don't get that storm in Kalamazoo. I don't think we're going to get the one tomorrow in Kalamazoo. Georgine, hello to you. I'm doing great. I hope you are too. Joanne and Colin, thanks for being here. You should hit Barb up for some travel plans down into the Caribbean. Right. Connie, hello to you in Lawton. Richard in BC. How much snow this weekend? Could see a couple of 3, maybe 4 inches in BC. But I think it's mainly going to be a lake snow event. But hold on, that's the weekend. We got another one to get through first. This is Tuesday. We got Wednesday to deal with first. Yeah, it's going to be getting cold again. Chris, hello to you. Linda, hello. Represent BC. Oak in Burr Oak. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Martha, hello to you in Gogwak Lake. Well, from Gogwak Lake. I hope you're not in Gogwak Lake, but thanks for checking in there in BC. Yeah, for real, Barb. I hear you. Jennifer in Kalamazoo. We're going to see some snow tomorrow. I think so. Let me get away from the roll call. I hate it because you know how much I love the roll call. Let's get right to it. Let me tell you, or because people are going to start getting angry at me and I'm going to say, I didn't come here to listen to you do roll call. I came here to get a weather update. And here it is. Here's our billboard, if you will. Weather alerts. We got that winter weather advisory coming up in about 10 seconds. I'll show you. Targeted snow ban, a colder weekend with even some more snow. All right, let's get right to it. Here's our winter weather alerts. In purple, that's where Cass, Van Buren, Allegan, Muskegon, Oceana counties are. Purple, a winter weather advisory. And you say 2 to 7 inches of snow. Could we get a wider range there? How hard is that? Here's why. Because within those counties that are in purple, on the west side of the counties, closer to the lake, remember, this is going to be more of a north-south oriented snow band that is projected to be right out over the lake. Could drift in a little bit, probably will somewhat. And so areas closer to the lakeshore are going to be more around the 4, 5, 6, 7 inches. Areas closer to US 131, Van Buren County, for example, Allegan County for sure, Cass County, are more likely to be in that 2 to 3 inch range. And I'll show you a snow map in a moment. Areas east of US 131 not likely to have anything more than just a coating, a trace. Now, let's talk about the pink counties there. That's Berrien County, and you see that extends down into northwest Indiana. That's where we have a winter storm warning. A winter storm warning is issued when there's high confidence in a 6 inch plus snowfall over a 24-hour period. Notice the start time for the advisory is tomorrow morning at 4 o'clock. That's only about 6.5 hours away. I think it's a little bit of an early start, but okay. And it goes through Thursday morning, 7 a.m. The warning starts tomorrow morning at 7. I think that's a little better timing, but that's just me. And that goes through 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Thursday. What does that mean? Well, obviously in Berrien County, you're going to get some blowing snow. Notice 6 to 8 inches there. In both cases, we're looking at 40 plus mile per hour wind. I think I've got 35 gusts. So I can see up to 40. So we do have a Herbie Kirby alert that I'm going to be issuing here for you for the old trash can there. But if you're traveling I-94 tomorrow, especially tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, very in the wee hours of Thursday, headed toward Chicago, headed over toward Iowa, who knows, headed up into Wisconsin, you're going that way, be prepared. How can you be prepared? Well, first of all, give yourself plenty of time. First, if you don't have to, don't. But if you do, give yourself plenty of time. Take it easy. Remember that you're probably going to have some periods where visibility is going to be tough. Download our free weather app. Why? Because the radar that you have on here will follow you, and you can see where those bands are. And that really does help you. All right, let's move away from this and let's get right to our bus stop forecast for tomorrow morning. We're starting off right at freezing with a light wintry mix and breezy. And you think, oh, we're starting at 32. It must be another 40-degree day. Nope. Our temps are going to be going the other direction. It's going to be getting colder as it gets windier in the afternoon, or windy in the afternoon, and temps will be falling from the low to mid 30s around daybreak into the low 20s with wind chills in the low teens whenever they head home. All right, here's the way it looks on our little hour-by-hour bar chart. Notice, typically when we start the temperature at 7 a.m. and we go to 6 p.m., you see the bars going up, right? We get warmer during the day. Not tomorrow. It's going to be falling with a little of that wintry mix possible in the morning. And then just cloudy skies in the afternoon, except for areas close to the lakeshore. It is going to be windy and cold all over. Let's get to the hour by hour. So I'll show you where those snow bands are going to set up. First, let's talk Herbie alert just for a sec. I give it a level 2, probably at 10 o'clock on ARC, which is in 35 minutes. I might bump that up to 3. The couple of models that I looked at suggested wind gusts around 35 max. I think the Weather Service is going 40. So I might leave it there at October, but whatever. You get the idea here. It is going to be breezy tomorrow. That doesn't literally mean Herbie's going to be knocked over. That depends on where Herbie is for you. But it is going to be breezy. All right, let's go hour by hour. Starting our clock at midnight, 2.5 hours from right now, 2 hours and 35 minutes to be exact. Skies are cloudy. I want you to notice our temperatures. We're in the upper 30s to around 40, but by 7 a.m., we're in the upper 20s to around 30. So we've already gone down 10 degrees by the time we get to the bus stop in the morning with a few of those snow showers. Again, I don't expect this to be problematic tomorrow morning. So for your commute tomorrow morning, even for the bus stop, prepare for some wind and some colder air, yes. But I just don't think the heavier snow is going to set up shop until here, about noontime. And I want you to notice where this is. You look at US 131 on our map, just for a little reference. You go from Grand Rapids down to Kalamazoo to Three Rivers. You're following that yellow line. That's US 131. Our snow belt is typically the west side of that, the left on the map, the left side of that. Now, I want you to see how close that snow sort of sticks to our lakeshore areas as we get colder, by the way. Noon, already down into the mid-20s. By 5, 6 o'clock in the evening, we do have some snow moving over to the east side of the state. I don't think this is going to be problematic, but look at our temperatures. We've gone down from around 40 at midnight down to about 20 by 6 p.m. So it's going to be, the temps will be crashing. And I want you to notice here that sort of dominant lake band that's showing up there right off the lakeshore and then cuts right in over Berrien County, western Cass County. You see that? That's why I think that's where the snow is going to be the heaviest. So traveling I-196 tomorrow, heading south out of GR. Just remember, once you get into Van Buren County, you're probably going to start to see some of that, maybe even in Allegan County. Look, I don't like to cut it that fine. We're talking about cutting it 10 to 20 miles with some kind of precision. When I believe that if that band is 20 miles off, that's still a pretty precise model. However, 20 miles can make a huge difference from that heavy-duty snow band in Van Buren and Allegan counties being just off the lakeshore to being in 10 miles, which, of course, then would bring it right over Blue Star Highway, right over I-196, causing problems. Remember, as we go through the day tomorrow, when you see these snow showers, even into early Thursday, we're talking about some gusty winds, right? Some gusty winds. I think the winds will start to die down Thursday morning by daybreak. But certainly all during the day tomorrow, we're looking at those gusty winds. And that means it's going to be blowing that snow around, which, of course, is going to cause some problems. Even till around noon on Thursday, we still have some of those snow showers. But I want you to notice, did you see how everything is really sort of confined to a pretty narrow area? Westernmost Allegan County, western Van Buren County, western Cass, and all of Berrien County, and then down into South Bend. If you're out of that zone, especially the farther east you are out of that zone, 131, east of 131, you might not even get a trace on the ground. Well, that's what I meant when I said this is going to be a very highly targeted lake effect snow event. So here's our snowfall forecast based on that. And notice most of the map is in that very light blue, which is a trace to an inch. And I say an inch as in that's very on the higher side. The blue is where we have 1 to 4 inches. And again, that just depends if we get just a little bit of that turn, remember 360 on the compass is due north. We get a little bit, maybe 340 from time to time. I think it's going to, the model sort of suggests it's going to stay in the neighborhood of 340 plus. Well, it might start off, maybe not, maybe a little northwest. So that's why we got that little bubble coming in just a little bit. So there could be a few inches of accumulation, 2, 3, 4, maybe, as far east as 131 in Kalamazoo County and then in St. Joe County. But the bulk of that heavier snow, I think, is going to be western Van Buren, western Cass, and all of Berrien County, and then down into South Bend. So that's what we're looking at there. And again, it's all about the wind direction, right? It's all about the wind direction, Will Kalamazoo see some snow tomorrow? If you're in the city of Kalamazoo, yeah, I think some, but just light stuff. I don't think it's going to be a problem. It will be windy and cold tomorrow, all over though. That's for everybody. Christine, hello. Joanne, hello to you. What do we got here? I'm missing some stuff. Barb, take me back. Yeah, I've missed a gazillion comments, and I apologize for that. Thanks, Jessica. God bless to you too. And Fenville, we'll probably see a little of it, but not as much as I think your friends to the south are going to be seeing there. Camellia, hello to you. And Otsego, Karen, I'm doing great. I hope you're doing well as well. So temperatures right now in the low to mid 40s. I mean, we were ridiculously warm today, ridiculously mild in the mid and even upper 40s. I'll have to get the lowdown on my high for the day. I didn't get that before I came in here. I apologize. Right now, skies have become cloudy. Remember, we had all those clear skies this afternoon. Started off really dark and a few scattered rain showers, and boy, those cleared out. Beautiful sun in the afternoon and early evening, and now skies have gone cloudy again. We've got a little rain going out there with temperatures right around 40, but that's going to change during the day tomorrow. Your WeatherGuard 7-day, our temps will be falling. So whatever it is we hit at midnight, whatever temperature we are sitting on at midnight is going to be the high for the day. And, just depending on your model, that could be 37-ish. 38-ish, 35, 36-ish. I got 33 there. That's probably too low. But whatever it is around midnight or shortly after, that's going to be the high for the day. And then those temps are going to be plummeting as we go through the day. Some sun Thursday after a little morning snow, especially close to the lakeshore, but some afternoon, some mid to late afternoon sunshine for Thursday, but it's going to be cold. And I believe that wind on Thursday, which is the 15th, is going to be a northwest southwest wind. So then Friday, we have another warm up before the next round of uber cold air comes in here for Saturday, Sunday. Look at this! Oh my goodness! Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, we're going back into the deep freeze here. Saturday is the 17th, right? So for my running pals out there in run camp. Saturday morning, I'll see you out there, but boy, it's going to be tough. Not only to get out of bed at 6:30 in the morning, which is always hard on a Saturday, but also when you know that you're probably looking at a wind chill Saturday morning at runtime that'll be around 5 to 10 degrees. So prepare accordingly if you're going to be outside for Saturday. Sunday's going to be cold. Monday's going to be cold. Tuesday's going to be cold. And you're thinking like, well, when is that going to end? That cold spell will be coming to an end on the following Wednesday, the 21st. So that would be a week from tomorrow, right? A week from tomorrow. And then we start getting out there in territory that I don't like to go because it's too far out there to be what I would consider to be very accurate. All right. That's pretty much it. I'm sorry I missed a lot on the roll call, and I apologize for that. How bad for work tomorrow in Scotts? We learned fire safety today. Jesse, I don't think it's going to be bad. It's just going to be windy and turning colder, or at least in Scotts. Holland area, what time is this coming in? Sharon, I would say probably after 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. So if you're an early morning commuter, I think you'll probably be okay. But later on in the morning and into the afternoon, a little bit snowier. Ryan, happy Tuesday. Lupita, how about Battle Creek? How about not a lot of snow, but a lot of cold for tomorrow, and a lot of wind. Well, a lot of wind, 35 to 40, 35. I think 35 mile per hour gusts. There's going to be some 40s maybe. But I don't think it's going to be as windy as it was. When was it? We had those powerful winds last week, right? Friday. I think it was Thursday, Friday, when we had 60-mile-per-hour gusts. It was crazy. It's not going to be that strong. Michelle, need a snow day for Bangor High School. Not going to rule it out. Not going to rule it out. Not tomorrow. I don't think you're going to have it tomorrow. But not going to rule it out for Thursday. Tomorrow's Wednesday, right? Yeah, not going to rule it out for Thursday. Now, I am not saying there won't be in school in Bangor on Thursday because I don't say that. I don't have that. I can't do that. But I could see that. You're going to be on the edge. Flush icicles or ice cubes down the toilet or whatever it is that you have to do. Kathy, good evening to you. Linda, hello. I hope everyone stays safe for sure. Winter Blues, Friday night. Barb, we will be seeing some snow showers. That's the 16th. Yeah, I think we will be seeing some snow. I was holding this too close to my Coke bottle glasses there. Yeah, a little bit. I think there'll be a little bit of light snow. It is going to be breezy for that festival there in Sturgis. A little breezy and cold, but I don't think it's going to be problematic. Hope that helps, Barb. Ask me again tomorrow. Every day we get closer, of course, it gets better. The forecast, I think, gets a little better, easier to do. Tanya, good evening to you. Carla, hello to you in Union City. Chris, haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for being here, buddy, and I hope all is going well in the big orange truck and with little Eli. Thank you so much. Tanya, thanks for the thanks. Susan, good evening to you in Lawton. Hello. Amber, hello to you in Portage. Ron, headed to Jackson in the morning. I think you'll be all right. Susan, hello to you in Lawton. David, Herbie was still standing upright when I got back home this afternoon. Victory. That's a victory. Well, we didn't have powerful winds today, but I did have a low-level Herbie alert, I think, for today. Amber Lee and Matawan, thank you so much. Judy, hello to you. Thank you for being here very much. Heather, hello from Saugatuck. Yeah, listen, Heather, tomorrow, especially late morning through the afternoon, tomorrow evening, you a little far north, a little bit north. If you were going south on Blue Star and you were telling me I'm going to go down to Benton Harbor, I would say, whoa. That could be tough. But I think it's going to be iffy there in Saugatuck because that snow band, I think, is going to be probably just off the lakeshore. Jan, Cassopolis. Yeah, I think that's going to get some in Cassopolis too. Matawan, Amberley, I think Matawan will get a little bit. Just depends on that band. I could see 2-3 inches. If that band migrates 15, 20 miles east of where the models currently put it, then Matawan could see 4 or 5 inches, maybe a little more. But the models have been somewhat consistent, and if they are, then western Van Buren County, Matawan's in eastern Van Buren County, western Van Buren County, Waterville, Hartford, Decatur are likely to see more than Matawan. Same as you go down into Cass County there too, Cassopolis. Jan, I know you don't like to hear that. Wind direction is going to be a huge factor. It's going to determine everything tomorrow. Tara, Portage, a little bit of light snow. I don't think it's going to be too problematic, but temperatures will be falling. You're going to step out in the morning, low to mid 30s. You're going to be like, well, this isn't too bad. But in the afternoon, we're talking about low 20s with wind chills in the lower teens. Sandra, South Haven going to get some snow tomorrow? Yes, some. Jim, how much snow in Battle Creek? Not a lot. Even this weekend, I don't think it'll be a lot. Stay with us on that, though. There's still some to be determined on that, but right now I don't think so. Janelle, 66 days till spring. I got you. And I'm right there counting them down with you as well. Rayburn Window Cleaning, hello. This weekend in Battle Creek, which is what? The dates? 17 and 18. 19, 24, 26. Maybe 2 to 4. Maybe 2 to 4. Tomorrow with Wednesday's edition of our YouTube and Facebook Live, we'll have some better clarity. Thursday, even better for the weekend. So I hope that helps. All right, Lori, thanks for being here from Galesburg. David, looks like below zero temps wouldn't be out of the question. No, I agree. Next Monday, Tuesday. We were talking about those 850 millibar temps for you weather nerds out there that are as cold as minus 22 Celsius. And when we get that cold, I mean, definitely we could. I don't think we will, but it's not out of the question. Not out of the question. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. I'm going to have to end it at that. I'm sorry if I didn't get to everybody on the roll call. Maybe we can do that again tomorrow. But in the meantime, thanks for being here and for chatting with me, letting me know where you are and what's going on where you are. Leaving you with that 7-day, and you can see the even colder air that's coming in for the weekend into early to mid next week. It does look like it comes to an end by next Wednesday or so. But there's going to be more chances for snow here in mid-January and in late January. We got off to a really snowy, fast start. We had 37 inches of snow measured at News Channel 3 in Kalamazoo, and we're out of the snow belt, really. We're east of 131. But about 37 inches of snow for November and December, and it was like, whoa, this is going to go gangbusters. But I will say that was sort of in the outlook. But now it's sort of shut down just a little bit. We've only had so far this month at News Channel 3, by the way, 2.5, between 3.5 and 4 inches. And we're almost 2 weeks into January. That's not a lot. So we started off hot or cold with the snow. November, December, it's cooled off just a little bit. But the longer range forecast models would suggest we're going to have more opportunities here, several by the end of January to catch up. So, all right, everybody, I'm going to skate. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Don't forget, I'll be live on Arc West, Michigan at 10 o'clock. That's 20 minutes. I've spent a long time. I've been here 26 minutes. So much for my resolution. I'm trying to do these faster. But I love the interaction. All right, so I'll be live in 20 minutes on Arc West, Michigan, an hour, 20 minutes. That's 11 o'clock on the Mothership News Channel 3. Don't forget, I am on Facebook, WWMT's Keith Thompson. Give me a like there. I'm also on X, Threads, YouTube, and Instagram. Got them all four. At Weatherman Keith, the @ symbol and Weatherman Keith. So hope to see you in one of those. Don't forget, I post some weather stuff from time to time, and even just some fun pics there from time to time as well. Jeff Porter back in the saddle tomorrow. We're gonna have to give him a period of mourning for his Pittsburgh Steelers. So you can ask him, just say like, hey, did all the Steelers get the right game time? Because I didn't see a lot of them show up. I would do. So he'll be back tomorrow in the saddle. He's got you at 4:30 to 9 o'clock. Then again at noon. I'm back at 5:30 and 6. We'll do another Facebook Live tomorrow night at 9 o'clock ish. Don't forget our free weather app. This is the best time to have it. I mean, when it's a week of sunny and 70 and late June, but when this is going on, our temps are going like this, the snow's coming in and out, we got advisories, we got warnings. Yeah, right here. It's free. So give it a try. Our website, wwmt.com/weather. And of course, me, Will, Jeff, Colin, all over social media. So give us a check there as well. Have a great night, everybody. Let's be careful tomorrow. Again, I don't expect it to be too problematic for the morning commute, but in the evening, if you're close to the lakeshore, west of US 131, I think it's going to be a little more problematic. We'll check in again tomorrow, though. We'll see what we're doing. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for being here.